All right, this is the third video for our Chapter 2 extra review. So if you're just looking for extra practice or if you're looking to prepare for your retake test. Okay, so for number 18 here, what I'm going to start with to solve for my x is I want to get this x term by itself. And so I'm going to move the 5 away from the x term by subtracting it over. And now I'll have negative 9 is equal to my x, the term x divided by 7. So to undo a divide by 7, I'm going to multiply both sides by 7. And I'll get negative 63 is equal to my x. So there's my two operations. Now for number 19, similarly, I'm going to get this x term by itself by subtracting the 5 over to the other side. So I have negative 2 divided by 3x will equal then negative 20. Now I'm going to do this in 2 steps just so that you can kind of see. You can do it in 1 step. 1 step would be multiplying by reciprocal. But to undo a divide by 3, I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. And then maybe I can do this without a calculator as well. So this will be negative 60. Now if I have negative 2 times x, now I'm going to divide by negative 2. And a negative divided by a negative will make this a positive. And half of 60 is 30. Okay, so there's number 19. Number 20, you have a fraction equal to a fraction, but you also have a negative sign here. So I'm going to need to use that negative sign either with the 3 or the 5. You just cannot use it for both terms. So I'm going to rewrite it so that it's negative 3 over 5. And now when I cross multiply, I'll just be a little bit more successful knowing that I'll use that negative sign only once. Okay, so we're going to have 13 times 5. That will equal negative 3 times x plus 1. Okay, so 13 times 5 is 65, and that will equal negative 3x minus 3 if we distribute our 3. Now what I'm going to do is add 3 to the other side. And 65 plus 3 was going to get me 68. And I don't think this is divisible by 3, because 6 and 8 is going to make 14. Is 14 divisible by 3? No. So 68 divided by negative 3. Ask your teacher how they want you to write this. But if you do 68 and fraction 3, you could write 22 1/3. Or, yeah, 68 thirds. You could leave it like that, or you could convert it to a decimal. 22. Mine's negative 0.6 repeating. So just listen to how your teacher wants you to write it. I'm going to leave mine in both improper and decimal form. Okay, now for the next couple ones here, same as what we did here. These are going to be slightly easier just because there's no distributing, but we're going to cross multiply. Again, I'm going to assign my negative to one of the terms of the fraction because you only get one negative sign. So that's going to make negative 9x, and that will equal 5 times 17. And 5 times 17 is going to be 85. And I know that's not divisible by 9. So here we go. 85 over negative 9. I'm just going to actually leave it like that. Okay, now for the next fraction, again, cross multiply. So 5 times 24, and that will equal 3 times x. And this is going to be 120. And that's divisible by 3. And you get 40. Okay, for number 23, our last solving, strictly solving here, we're going to distribute our 4 to get 12 minus 4x. Then I have another term here on the left side of that equal sign. So there's 3 terms on this side. Now if I distribute 4, I'll have 4x plus 12 over there. Okay, now I'm going to combine the like terms that are on the same side of the equal sign first. So 12 will now be combined with instead 4x. Now I noticed something. I'm going to reorder this. So reorder. Do you notice that these are identical? So when the left side and the right side of your equations are equal, you're going to get infinite solution because no matter what you put in here, it will be identical to what you put in there. Or if you subtract 4x, notice how your letters cancel and 12 is equal to 12. So because these match, this is going to be infinite solutions. So infinite. Okay, we have 2 more for this page here. For number 24, it says we're going to write an equation and solve. Okay, so an online store is selling socks for $15.25 each plus $3.60 per shipping. If the total bill is $125.60, how many socks did we purchase? Let X represent the number of socks. This is going to be 15.25 per sock. I'm assuming that's a pair of socks, because normally you don't buy just one sock. Okay, plus a $3.60 charge. So $15.25 per sock plus $3.60. And that made our total bill of $125.60. So subtract your shipping fee, and we know the cost of our socks totaled up. So $122. And I'm going to divide by the cost of the socks, which means we bought 8 pair of socks. Okay. A local gym charges non-members $6.50 per day to lift weights. But members will pay a yearly fee. It's $294. And they are charged $1.25 per day to use the weights. Write and solve an equation to find out how many days you must use the weights to justify becoming a member. Let X represent number of days. Okay, so it's going to be non-member equal to member day. So non-members was $6.50 per day. The member fee was only $1.25 per day, but they also had to pay a yearly fee of $294. So like, when does that $294 charge become worth it? So what I'm going to do is get my X's on one side. So I'm going to subtract $1.25 per X. So that will be $5.25. And now I'm going to divide by 525. Okay. And we get 56 days. 56 days is when they break even. So if you go to the gym on your 57th day, you'll only be charged $1.25 for the member fee, which is going to be cheaper. So on the 57th day, that's what's going to make your member fee worth it. And when they break even is 56 days for, like I said, it breaks even. Okay, check out my next video for the last page of our review packet. Actually, there's only one more, so I'm just going to totally do it right now. Okay, here we go. Nan. Nan earns $9 an hour. Use the table to represent 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 hours of work. So hours 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They said fill in hours of work. Well, if you earn $9 an hour, $9 for the first hour, another $9 will get you 18. Another $9 will get you 27. Another $9 is 36, and another $9 is $45. The equation for this relationship, so if you look at your tracking here, it is going up by 9 each time. That's your slope. Now your starting point, your y-intercept is when your x is equal to 0. So if we go backwards 9, meaning if you don't work any hours, how much money will you earn? 0. This number is the b, and that's for your y equals mx plus b equation. So your slope, your m, is $9 per hour, plus you started with $0. Okay, so you could rewrite it as just y equals 9x. that would be sufficient because you don't need to say plus 0. Okay, so that's from the table where I got my information. Y-intercept comes from when your x equals 0. That y-intercept just also happened to be 0. And then your slope is how your table is changing. Okay, now what we're going to do is graph. So at 1 hour, we make $9. At 2 hours, $18. 3 hours, you make $27. 4 is 36, and 5 is 45. So here's our line, and at 0 hours of work, you make $0. So at 23 hours, hours was my x, so that's going to go in for x. So 9 times 23, she would make $207. Now, how many hours would she need to work to earn $382.50? Your dollars was your output. So when is $382.50 equal to $9 per hour? So what we're going to do is divide by 9. So 382.50 divided by 9 would mean she'd have to work 42.5 hours of work. Lots of hours of work. So about a week, a little more than a week's worth of work. 40 hours is normally about a work week. Okay, there we go. That's the end of our Chapter 2 review packet. I hope this was helpful for you. And let us know what else we can do to help you prepare for your Chapter 2 test. All right, bye.